It has been years since I've really ridden electric skateboards, but I still get a bunch of comments on my old e-skate content, and every time I do, it reminds me how much fun I used to have with these things. So when Meepo reached out and asked if I wanted to review their super budget Meepo V5, I was like, heck yeah, dude, send that stuff over. Super nice unboxing for a board that is only 350 bucks. Checking out the rest of the stuff that comes with it, we've got a manual, a little card showing you how to use the remote, some warning stickers, and the M5S remote itself, which is an upgraded version of the M4S remote that used to come with these boards. Pretty cool that it still has the same functionality as the other remote, so if you knew how to use that, you can use this remote no problem. We also got a skate tool, a USB charge cable for the remote, an awesome charger, 50% more power than the old one that I had with my V3, and the cable for the charger. Yeah, overall, pretty crazy. This thing is just 350 bucks. Let's get this bad boy charging and go shred it around the neighborhood. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to test this board when I first got it because the weather in Seattle is terrible. But the first chance we got, I grabbed my riding buddy and we hit the streets for a bit. And I'm very excited to announce that my newest riding buddy has finally gotten to the point where she can sit on the board with me. And don't worry, we just crawled around the park doing maybe 5 miles an hour down the street. We were both totally safe, and this is what good father-daughter bonding looks like. And she absolutely adored every second of it. Okay, so can I tell you if this board is good after riding it for 5 minutes with my dog and my daughter? Dude, no reviewer could tell you if something is good after playing with it for 5 minutes. That's why I kept this board for an extra 3 weeks to make sure the thing that I'm reviewing is not a piece of garbage. So let's get out and shred this board for a little bit and see what it's really made of. Definitely feeling planted in the corners. And not too bumpy going down this big hill, though bigger wheels would definitely feel better on this busted up pavement. Now, here's something that really impressed me about the V5. This is a no joke hill. I'm going to turn around in a second so you can see the grade on this thing, but it's seriously like a 25% grade hill. And we're doing a solid 10 miles an hour all the way up it. Okay, back to our mission. I know you guys know what time it is. There is no way I'm getting a new electric skateboard and not stopping off for tacos. Beautiful, delicious carne asada tacos from my favorite place with a nice little horchata on the side. Thank you, Meepo, for getting me here. And cheers to y'all for sticking with me so far in the video. So on that note, let's take a look at this Meepo V5 and this Meepo V3 that I've had for years and have put hundreds of miles on. First, check out how dirty both of these boards are. Proof that I've been using them. But okay, the Meepo V5's remote has a USB-C. Really small thing. I know a lot of people wouldn't care, but for me, I hate having millions of different charge cables. It's a creature comfort that I absolutely love. The screens are virtually identical, and so are the menu systems, so there's not really an advantage. I guess if you drop that orange remote, you can find it pretty easily. Next up is the addition of a front bumper. The V3 didn't have anything, where the V5 now has this really sturdy bumper guard on both ends. I actually added this rubber bumper guard to the front and backs of my V3. It was a really cool thought, but honestly, they just never stayed on. I even added a couple of flathead screws, but still no dice. Winner goes to the bumper on the V5. Looking at the wheels, you can tell that my V3 came with 100mm wheels, which isn't standard. 90mm is standard, and so they both basically come with the same setup there. They both have 78A hardness wheels, though I'm not sure if my older V3 wheels just feel stiffer than the V5s, but I can definitely feel there's a difference here. Overall, I'm sure that they did improve the wheels slightly on the newer models, so I'm giving this small advantage to the V5. I've also got some upgraded donuts that I can't wait to try out. I'm hoping these bigger wheels will smooth out the bumps in the road and maybe even give me a little bit of traction off-road too. Next up is the deck design, and I appreciate that both of them have these handles here. Really cool because I like picking up my boards like this whenever I stop off to grab tacos or whatever, but straight up I have to give the advantage to the V3. It has a slimmer deck design that is a lot more flexible, and the V5, where it is wider and that's comfortable for, I don't know, sitting on your butt and cruising around with somebody on your lap, it's not more comfortable while you're standing, which is why I got the bigger wheels. I'm hoping that those will actually make the board feel better. And the last difference that I want to get into is the speed controllers on these two skateboards. The speed controllers actually play a really big part in how the throttle and the braking feels while you're riding. Now the V3 is actually a good deal older than the V5, but there is a V3S, and I know that those have different speed controllers too. It's pretty crazy that both of these boards are so inexpensive. Now at the end of the day, I do have to recommend the V3S because of that better ESC and the added range that you get on the stock version. Now the V5 really is a great board, and with that $50 savings, you could put it towards some cool shred lights or some upgraded wheels like I did. Important note, I wasn't able to get this review out while the sale was still running on these Meepo boards, but I will link some stuff in the description. I'm pretty sure I can find some coupons and stuff like that for this, so don't worry. Check out the description if you want to see these boards at their best price available today. Okay, enough reviewing. Let's take these boards to the beach and just have an awesome cruise with some friends like I've been waiting to do all winter. And before I go, I want to give an update on my V3 since so many people asked how the battery modification that I did ended up holding up. And I'm happy to say that I have hundreds of miles on this board now, and the battery is still in amazing condition. Of course, I've got all the tools and the knowledge to take care of my batteries really well. It's actually what I do for my 9 to 5 is build charging systems for big drone programs. So I knew that doing the battery modification would not end up hurting my board at all. I've done a bunch of modifications and things have worked out really good. I actually rode the board for 25 miles straight one day, realized that I had way more battery than I needed to make 60 miles, took half of it apart, sold it to a friend, and still made the 60-mile ride on one charge. Of course, I had to split that up between a couple of days because my legs were literally going numb. There we go. I just wanted to update you guys since I made that video a long time ago and never actually made a follow-up about my experience with the mod. And that is going to wrap up my review for the Meepo V5. If you guys enjoyed my video, please drop me a like. And if you check out the links in the description, it genuinely helps my channel out. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.